Bill Willis was one of the best offensive defensive linemen in high school in Columbus, Ohio. And shortly after Paul Brown became the head coach at Ohio State, Brown recruited Willis as the first African-American football player in school history. By the time he graduated in 1944, Willis was one of the country's best college football players, and Ohio State would eventually retire his uniform number 99. Brown, who is now coach of the newly formed Cleveland Browns, Paul Brown signed Willis. He was the newly formed league's only black player. Willis helped the Browns to 4 straight championships as his quarterback Otto Graham and fullback Marion Motley dominated the league. After the 1949 season, the Browns merged with the NFL and Willis picked up right where he left off. He was a huge part of the Browns' 1950 NFL championship season. Willis was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1977.
Black History Always. Celebrating Black History Month on ESPN Radio. Sports Center all night.
All-Star Saturday night in Salt Lake City.
Second one is good. Third one, yes. Fourth one, he's got plenty of time. Hits. One more to go. He's got 29 points. It's up and it's good. 31 for Tyrese Halliburton.
A big day and night on the hardwood for college hoops.
The Blue Devils have been in control pretty much from about 8 minutes to go in the half as they get it inside for Filipowski. 5 to shoot to the right. Roach a 3. Tiger.
And Tiger shoots his best round in over 2 years.
It's the best I've played. I've been pretty one-dimensional in how I hit my tee shots. Just I kind of gone to my little stop shot because I just haven't played enough where I feel like I can hit different shots.
This is Sports Center all night.
It's over. It's over.
This is Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and Sirius XM Channel 80. Glad you're with us. Chris Sylvester with you, and off we go. Saturday had plenty to offer from the college basketball world. Just 3 weeks from Selection Sunday, what teams look poised to make a deep run in March? Plus, Tiger Woods cards his best round of par in 3 years at the Genesis Invitational. But tonight, we start in Salt Lake City. The NBA All-Star Weekend on Saturday, a star-studded field for the three-point contest. And Jason Tatum got the night rolling.
9 points going with 2 racks to go. Hits on the first. Second one is good. Third one with good form hits. Fourth one on its way, no good. And the money ball from the wing, it's good. 14 going to the final rack.
10 seconds left.
First one is up, yes. Second shot, good with 4. Third shot, yes with 3. Fourth shot's good. Does he get off the 3? He does, and he hit it.
So 20 points from Tatum in the first round. You heard that from Mark Kestisher here on ESPN Radio. But it was Tyrese Halliburton who really got the crowd oohing and awing in Salt Lake City.
23 points. He's got all the money rack here. First one rattles out. Second one is good. Third one, yes. Fourth one, he's got plenty of time. Hits. One more to go. He's got 29 points. It's up and it's good. 31 for Tyrese Halliburton.
Halliburton tied the NBA three-point contest record in round 1 with those 31 points. Then at this juncture, many thought he would have an upper hand the rest of the night. But then the clock struck Dame time.
Here's his money rack from the left wing. First one, yes. Second one is up. That's good. He's got 19. Third one, no good. He just needs one more. And he hits with his fourth. He's in to the championship round. He hit the last one as well. 23 to the final rack. First one is a miss. 5 seconds to go. Second one spins 5 times around and in. Third one's good. Fourth one's good. Can't get off the money ball, and it doesn't matter.
So Lillard, a big first round. Lots of love from the crowd in Salt Lake City. Dame attended college nearby at Weber State. And when it came down to the final round of the three-point contest, Lillard popped out in his old college jersey and stole the show, in Salt Lake City.
17 seconds. Fourth one's good. Fifth money ball. Missed that. Big. 21 points. He's got to get at least 4. Misses on the first. Second one is in. Not a chance. Third, yes. Fourth one with 4 seconds. As he's got 24 to go ahead. Lillard bangs the money ball, and he's got the lead. He needed 26, and he got it. Dame Lillard has the lead. Third one bounces out, no good. Fourth one is good. Halliburton's fifth one is good. He had a great first round, but not enough. Damian Lillard, the 7-time All-Star, wins his first starry three-point contest.
So Damian Lillard wins the 2023 three-point contest, and right after, he joined Roz Gold on Woo Day on ESPN Radio.
Dame, you told our team that you really wanted this one when we spoke to you before. How did you come and manifest that and then execute it today?
I just had to shoot the ball, with precision. Sometimes as shooters, you can be lazy and just kind of casually shoot the ball. But I knew tonight I'd give myself a really good chance if I shot the ball and I was sharp. And I thought I was pretty sharp shooting the ball. It really helped that I was able to see everybody else shoot first and then just know I had a target number. And then once it got to the last round, it was like, who can be the most consistent? Who can back up the first round performance? And I saw a number I had to track down. I knew I had to make them all coming down the stretch, and I did.
Hey, down the stretch, it was the last spot. It was the last shot. Did you understand the drama of it in that moment, and was it Dame time?
I was trying to keep count in my head, and I actually lost count a little bit because I thought the last shot was to tie him, but it was actually to jump Buddy Hield. So even though I didn't have it all the way right, I knew I needed that last one to go in. And, I knew how important those shots were. So, I shot them like I knew.
All right, so now you're a three-point contest winner. You're 6th all-time in NBA history in threes made. How do you want to be respected and discussed as a shooter in this league?
I mean, I feel like I get put in a position where I got to talk about respect too much.
Right.
And I think the body of work speaks for itself, I never said I was Michael Jordan. I never said I was Steph Curry shooting the ball. I just said I'm one of the best at it. After Steph, I put myself up against anybody. And that's just it. I'm not looking for no respect, but the best shooters are able to win stuff like this, and I wanted to be able to do it at least one time, and now I have.
That's so awesome. Congrats, Dame. We're happy for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So Lillard, the three-point champ. But let's give some love to Julius Randle. The Knicks star stepped in last minute to participate in the contest. And here's what he had to say about his second career All-Star Game appearance with our ESPN radio team in Salt Lake City.
Julius, great to see you back at the All-Star Game. I know a couple of years ago that was a big event for you, and I'm sure it was frustrating last year not to come back. How important to you to be back after missing out last year?
It's amazing, to be back, to experience it, for real this time. 2 years ago when I was there, we were there for a day in and out because of all the COVID protocols and stuff. But to be able to really get the experience with my family this time has been amazing.
Your team is wedged right in there, but I mean the way the East is this year, you win a couple, you go up 2 spots, you lose a couple, you go down. What do you guys have to improve upon, or what are the keys for you guys the final 25 games?
Yeah, I think it's just the consistency on the defensive end. When we do that every night, we give ourselves a shot. Offense has been great all year, but if we're consistent, buckling down, getting stops, not letting teams establish rhythm early in the game, we'll have a great shot of being in the playoffs.
Well, the Knicks well represented on Saturday night with Jericho Sims in the dunk contest, along with Mac McClung of the Sixers. McClung, the betting favorite for the contest. Trey Murphy of the Pelicans and KJ Martin of the Rockets, the other participants. Now, we've been hearing about Mac McClung's dunks since he was a high schooler. And now on the biggest dunk stage in basketball, McClung showed out early.
And McClung clearing both, goes up, grabs and dunks. Wow, what a dunk by Mac McClung.
Look at all the players off their seats. There's 25 NBA players exploded out of their courtside seats. They're on the floor. They've all got their cameras taking pictures.
Now, each contestant was given 2 dunks in the first round, and Trey Murphy looked pretty good in round 1, too.
Here he goes, Trey Murphy. He'll try the reverse jam, pulled it down, reversed and slammed it home. Another first take jam for Trey Murphy.
Well, round one, it was clear Murphy and McClung were the best dunkers in the contest. So to the final round, another 2 dunks allotted to each. Mac McClung put his old high school jersey on and declared this contest over.
He's got the Gate City jersey on over his 76ers jersey, a team he signed with less than a week ago. And he might just win the slam dunk. Here he is. Oh, a 360 and a bit more, and he slams it home, and he says it's over. It's over, surrounded by NBA veterans.
All the players, let's go. Trey's shaking hands. He knows he got second. That is unbelievable.
A high school mixtape legend takes his dunks to the biggest stage and wins it. What a month it's been for Mac McClung, who recently inked a 2-way deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. After he was crowned champion, he reflected on his first NBA slam dunk experience.
Mac, for your final dunk, you changed your jersey. Tell me the story around coming up with that idea.
Yeah, that's just from my hometown, Gate City, Virginia. So I just want to represent them. I am who I am because of Gate City, so I mean a lot.
What did this feel like, man? You just signed a deal with the 76ers. You were in the G League. You're pursuing your dream, and here you are at All-Star Weekend, winning the dunk contest.
Yeah, no, I'm hungry. Stay the course. I don't let it be a roller coaster, too high, too low. I want to make an impact in the league, and that's what I'm here for, and I'm going to keep working my way to that.
You and I talked before the dunk contest, and we were sharing strategy, and you said, look, my first goal, make them all on the first attempt, and you did that. How and why was that so important?
I think that's important for the fans, but, that's God. I missed them. I missed half those dunks in practice, like most of the time, so to get them to go down was great.
You had one dunk, the first one, where you jumped over 2 people, and then you touched the ball against the backboard. That was my favorite, but which was the most complicated or toughest one to do?
I would say the toughest one is the last one, just because of the amount of spins. But thanks to Chuck with Team Flight Brothers, he helped me out with all this, and a lot of credit to him.
Lastly, what do you and what does this win represent for the G League? Coming in here, representing and getting a win at NBA All-Star.
Yeah, that means a lot. I think just the opportunity I'm so grateful for. I feel like a lot of people in the G League deserve this opportunity, so I'm grateful for me, and hopefully I'll put on a show for the G League.
Very happy for you. Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Appreciate it.
So McClung takes home the NBA Slam Dunk Trophy in one of the better showings in recent memory. This is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and the app. Chris Sylvester with you. Busy day in college hoops, and down the stretch of the regular season we go. Top-ranked Alabama trying to bounce back after a loss earlier in the week to Tennessee on the road. The Crimson Tide hosting Georgia Saturday. And, well, it's not quite the rivalry it is on the gridiron.
Sears backing it out. Now getting a running start against the defender. Had him on his heels. Steps back. 3 short. Rebounded by Griffin. And Ryland will try it. Nope. He'll give it to the corner. Miller, your turn. Man, is he good. 21 for Brandon Miller.
Man, is Alabama good. Chris Stewart from Learfield with the call. All Alabama in Tuscaloosa Saturday. Tide rolled the Bulldogs 108-59. Game high 21 points for Brandon Miller. 19 points, 12 rebounds for Nick Pringle. Off the bench, Alabama improves to 23-4 with a 13-1 record in the SEC. Elsewhere in the SEC, could 10th-ranked Tennessee string together back-to-back wins? Falls at unranked Kentucky Saturday. Second half action, it's the Cats up 10 with a chance to stretch the lead.
Wallace double teamed out front, picks it up, bounces it to Sheboyk, throws it to Toppin, dunks off the right baseline. 49-37 Kentucky. That's 7 for Toppin.
Audio from JMI Sports. Kentucky picks up a big resume win over number 10 Tennessee by a final of 66-54. 4 of the 5 Wildcat starters scored in double figures. Kentucky will visit Florida on Wednesday. Hey, still ahead, more college hoops, plus how Tiger Woods fared on day 3 of the Genesis Invitational. This is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Coming up Monday, I'll tell you why the last 23 games of the Lakers season will define Anthony Davis' Laker future. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern, ESPN Radio, ESPN2, ESPNU.
This is Sports Center All Night. Today on ESPN Radio, the spotlight turns to the NBA's best.
Here comes Showtime with the hammer. Antetokounmpo rocks the rim.
Team LeBron and Team Giannis go head-to-head in the NBA's 72nd NBA All-Star Game in Salt Lake City.
James, three, left side. That's good. LeBron James.
The NBA All-Star Game, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins today at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio. You can also listen on the ESPN app and on your smart speaker.
Hey everyone, it's Adrian Wojnarowski, host of the Woj Pod, where you'll get interesting conversations with the NBA's top newsmakers.
When I started thinking front office, I went all in front office.
Including the game's bright stars of today.
Here with Celtic star Jason Tatum. Jason, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Behind-the-scenes stories from coaches and executives.
Things go well, it's like the union did great. When things go poorly, the president now CJ's fault.
And breakdowns from analysts and insiders.
It doesn't seem Philly is in all that much of a rush.
Listen to the Woj Pod wherever you get your podcast. Jason Fitz and Harry Douglas are Fitz and Harry.
Derek Carr is a very good quarterback. If the Jets pass on Derek Carr because they think they can get Aaron Rodgers, that is a stupid decision. To take that risk, you are telling your fans that they might have to be okay with Zach stinking Wilson as your quarterback. That's bad football management. If you got a chance at improvement, go improve your damn team.
Fitz and Harry, weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Mike Greenberg.
He's taking his lovely wife out for dinner on Valentine's Day, and so you made a reservation for what time?
1 o'clock.
He made a dinner reservation for 1 o'clock and is now trying to argue that that can indeed be a dinner, because dinner doesn't have to be defined by the time of day in which it is being eaten.
Right. Is there some sort of rule that I don't know about as to what time dinner starts in the minds of everyone?
It's not 1 p.m.
How these meals are determined has nothing to do with the time of day. If people like eating breakfast for dinner, that's breakfast. You're just doing it late at night.
That's the whole thing. They'll say, oh, I'm having breakfast for dinner.
Would I be better off not taking her out today?
No one said that.
You're acting like you've done something wrong. The thing you've done wrong is try to redefine it. Millions of people in this country today will take their significant other for lunch. That is a perfectly acceptable and reasonable thing to do. What I'm trying to tell you is they'll be having lunch.
Waiting with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Plus, you can watch and listen on the ESPN app. The Low Post Podcast with Zach Lowe.
Ben Simmons is sometimes the Brooklyn Nets, their third string center. It sucks. It sucks as a basketball story. The guy's an all NBA level player, and he's not even looking at the basket at any point in the game other than if he can catch a lob. It's just very, very sad. I hope he rediscovers the confidence that made him who he was. It's beyond criticism and analysis.
Check out the Low Post Podcast on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts. Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Max Kellerman.
Frank in Florida has some.
Hey, Frank, what's up? How you doing?
This is the best show bar none on the radio. And thank you so much for everything you do. He is the best. Jay Will and Max, I'm telling you, y'all got the best show. Thank you so much. I travel every week, and I listen to you. I watch you in the hotels. The best show bar none.
G, Jay, and Max. Mornings on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
This is Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
You're locked in to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and Sirius XM Channel 80. Well, Saturday was day 3 at the Genesis Invitational. John Rahm atop the leaderboard at 15 under, 3 strokes better than Max Homa, who had the lead after Friday's action. But Tiger Woods had a terrific showing at day 3. The 15-time major champion carded a 4 under 67 to move to 3 under after 54 holes. Woods' third-round score tied for the third lowest of the day. Here's what Tiger had to say after day 3.
Today was better. I felt like I made some nice adjustments with my putting, and that was the thing that held me back yesterday. I've driven it well the last 3 days. My iron play has been good, and the firm conditions I thoroughly like. That's kind of right up my alley with iron play. So I just wish I could putt a little bit better yesterday. I made a few adjustments today, and some of the putts went in.
Well, the day 3 showing for Woods was his best in 3 years, but did he feel that way about it?
It's the best I've played. I've been pretty one-dimensional in how I've hit my tee shots. Just I kind of gone to my little stock shot because I just haven't played enough where I feel like I can hit different shots, So I've gone to a shot that I know I can hit, and I can hit all different trajectories, which is kind of what I do. And the way the golf course is playing as fast as it is, a flat cut can go a very long way here. So I've been able to hit that shot, and then with the firm greens, I thoroughly enjoyed that for my iron game, and finally made some putts.
Woods still undecided on playing again before the Masters, scheduled to start on April 6th. SportsCenter all night, ESPN Radio, presented by Progressive Insurance. ACC Hoops Saturday. And after so many great battles between Jim Boeheim and Coach K, for the first time we had Boeheim and John Shire, Duke at Syracuse, and the Blue Devils were hooping in the Dome.
Proctor with 4 off of the screen set by Filipowski. Back for flip on the right for 3. A high archer that's good.
Right at the end of the shot clock as well. Couldn't have gone any better on a script.
David Shoemate from Learfield, 14-12 for Filipowski. Duke cruises to a 77-55 win over the Orange. Elsewhere in the ACC, Notre Dame at 7th-ranked Virginia Saturday. This one would be tight throughout, but the Cavaliers would have just enough in the final minutes.
With 8 to shoot, with 7. At the top of the key, he's got Leschewski on him with 4. Kihei takes him to the rim and lays it in! Saw the mismatch and sunk his teeth into it. And Virginia leads 55-50.
Virginia Sports Radio Network with the call. Virginia survives at home, 57-55 over the Irish. It's a tight race atop the ACC with Virginia's win. 15th-ranked Miami needed a win at home over Wake Forest to stay within half a game of first. High-scoring game in South Beach. Canes in control late. Isaiah Wong delivers the dagger.
O'Meara back to Isaiah Wong with 25. The clock ticks towards 2 minutes. There goes Wong on the move to the elbow. Lets it fly. Good. 27 for Wong. 92-84.
560 WQAM. 15th-ranked Miami wins 96-87. To the Big Ten, it's Michigan State at Michigan. Spartans on the floor for the first time Saturday since the tragic shooting on campus earlier in the week. Wolverines just a 2-point favorite at home, and this one would come down to the wire. Hunter Dickinson delivers late for the Maize and Blue.
1:17 left, 75-72 Michigan. McDaniel around the hedge from Dickinson. Works right of the lane. Pitch it back, Dickinson. Left point at 3. Yes, sir!
Brian Bosch from Learfield with the call. Michigan goes on a late run. They get a big win over rival Michigan State, 84-72. Well, you heard this one on ESPN Radio Saturday from Assembly Hall. 14th-ranked Indiana hosting Illinois. Late in the second half, Indiana down 2 when the freshman and the senior helped flip the script.
2-point Illinois lead. Hood Schifino answers back and makes up for it by burying it to tie it again from straight on 17 feet away. 1:10 left. We're tied at 67. 12 seconds left. Hood Schifino throws it up near midcourt. Galloway gets it. Up to Jackson Anderson. 2 hands. Indiana leads by 3. 6.7 left.
Hood, Schifino, Jackson Davis come up huge in crunch time. Indiana holds on at home 71-68. They sweep the regular season series from Illinois. After the game, our Myron Metcalf caught up with the man known as TJD around college hoops.
We're here with Trace Jackson Davis. Obviously, emphatic dunk. Talk about the way you ended that game and that play.
Man, I told Miller things got a little tough. I was going to run up and then spin out, and then Matt kind of came up, and then Trey hit me, and then you got to finish those. So
you play the game. They don't have Terrence Shannon. They still come out and compete. How are you guys able to withstand that back and forth kind of a matchup?
And that's a great team. And yeah, they're without one of their studs, man. But those dudes came to compete, and you got to give them all the credit in the world because they're a great team. So,
how do you take this game and this momentum you all have built up and to continue to play that way through March?
You just got to keep building, man. We got to get back to the drawing board, work on things that we need to work on. All in all, I'm proud of our guys and the effort that they put in. We were down a lot of the game, and the crowd really helped us a lot.
So Indiana certainly right in the thick of that Big Ten men's basketball race. The Hoosiers with the victory on Saturday over Illinois improved to 9-6 in the conference, tied for third place with Maryland and Iowa. Purdue still sits atop the Big Ten with a 12-4 record, but Northwestern, they've been a sneaky team. The Wildcats, been a while since they've been to the NCAA tournament. Just a game behind the Boilermakers, who have spent much of the year in the number one slot in college basketball. Later on today at 1 p.m. Eastern, third-ranked Purdue welcomes in Ohio State. Still to come, more from a big Saturday night at All-Star Weekend, plus some really good games in the Big 12. Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio.
Greeny.
I believe if he announced today his retirement, he'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer. After 5 years, he's played 6 total. He's only actually been on the field for 5 of them. He would be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Can you think of a Super Bowl where a quarterback was so obviously injured and did the whole gut it out thing to make it happen?
The Right Time with Bomani Jones.
You can listen or follow on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Mike Greenberg, Greeny.
Jerry Jones said the Eagles are a team like the Rams the year before, all in to win now. It could wind up costing them in the future. But I assume Jerry knows that the Eagles have 2 first-round picks in this year's draft. They're not going all in and then living with the future. They are potentially on the doorstep of a dynasty.
Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Plus, you can watch and listen on the ESPN app. Chris Canty and Chris Carlin are Canty and Carlin.
So first off, the minimum you're supposed to be spending for a quality barber is $100. $100? I mean, the dye that the barber is putting in Jalen Rose's head, that must be real expensive stuff, cuz. There ain't no way in hell a haircut's supposed to cost you $100. Ain't no way. Now, I ain't trying to disparage anybody that's trying to get their money. I'm all about people trying to get paid. But $100 for a haircut, especially when you go in every single week, ain't no way, partner. I don't have. First of all, Carlin, you can't chime in on this conversation.
But I can. I was at the barber, and I went to a new barber, and they screwed up my beard, so I had a chin strap for a few weeks.
But it's not like they're cutting anything else on your head. You have no hair.
They have to use a shaver. They actually have to use a shaver that is called the Balder.
Oh, that takes so much skill.
Yeah, it does a whole lot for your self-esteem as well.
Canty and Carlin, weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
The basketball and hockey seasons are heating up. Baseball is just around the corner, and nothing beats seeing your favorite team live. Not only does Vivid Seats have great ticket prices, they're also the official ticketing partner of ESPN. And with Vivid Seats Rewards, when you buy 10 tickets, you get the 11th free. Download the app or visit vividseats.com today. Vivid Seats. Life happens live. Receive a reward credit equal to the average price of the 10 tickets purchased, excluding taxes, fees, and processing costs. See vividseats.com/rewards for terms and conditions.
Hey, Coach, you wanted to see me?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know we're going with Geico for next week's game.
Geico? As our starting point guard?
Geico really delivers in the clutch, with over 85 years of great claim service right when customers need it most.
Coach, Geico isn't a basketball player. It's an insurance company.
Yeah, I just feel like Geico gives us our best chance to win.
Are you serious right now?
Thanks, champ. Knew you'd understand.
For the choice you can always rely on, go to geico.com.
When Shopify says you can sell anywhere, oh, they mean it. Woo, hold up. Just got a new sale, order fulfilled and shipped. Inventory level's good. Whoa, Shopify doesn't mind if you're at sea level or on top of the world. You can run and grow your business anywhere. Climbing mountains is never easy, but at least Shopify gives me all the tools I need for my business to hit new peaks.
Whether you're selling carabiners or crop tops, start selling with Shopify today and join the platform simplifying commerce for millions of businesses worldwide. We've built the platform so you can keep climbing and grow your business to new heights.
With Shopify, you really can sell to anyone from anywhere.
This is Possibility, powered by Shopify. Start selling online today. Sign up for a free trial at shopify.com/play. 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 Internet connection required. Not available on mountaintops or seafloors.
This is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
SportsCenter all night. Glad you're with us. ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, they're making things even easier. They'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Half-hour headlines on SportsCenter all night.
Brittany Griner inks a one-year contract with the Phoenix Mercury. Tiger Woods cards his best round of par in 3 years. And Dame Lillard wins the three-point contest. Mac McClung, champion of the NBA Slam Dunk.
He's got the Gate City jersey on over his 76ers jersey, a team he signed with less than a week ago. And he might just win the Slam Dunk. Here he is. Oh, a 360 and a bit more, and he slams it home, and he says it's over. It's over, surrounded by NBA veterans.
All the players go, let's go. Trey's shaking hands. He knows he got second. That is unbelievable.
Mac McClung with a spectacular showing Saturday at NBA All-Star Weekend. A unanimous winner in this year's NBA Slam Dunk. 350s for McClung in the contest. But Damian Lillard captured the three-point contest, and he reflected on his 7th All-Star Game selection with Mark Kestisher and PJ Carlissimo on ESPN Radio.
Damian, it's great to see it back at All-Star Weekend. We missed you last year. Obviously, you had the surgery, so that you weren't available to play at All-Star break. Did you miss us? You glad to be back?
I'm very happy to be back, man. I think, anytime you can be here 7 times, you don't take it for granted. It's an honor. When I was younger, early in my career, I always was wanting to be here. It was much higher on my priority list. And I think now that I'm older, I'm not waking up like I used to. Like, man, am I going to make it? I want to be an all-star, but I'm definitely not taking it for granted, to be in my 11th season and to still be able to be at this level and to be a part of this group that comes here. It's a special feeling and it's an honor.
How important was it for you to stay in Portland?
It was very important. I think in this era, it's so much pressure from the outside of people. This guy didn't win a ring, and you got to do this, you got to do that. And I think, eventually people kind of give into it, and they operate, in the way that everybody else wants them to, instead of like what really means something to them. And I'm just thankful for the type of family that I come from and the type of support that I have, because it keeps me encouraged to stand on the principle that I stand on. And it's not really that I'm against super teams or I got something against people that join up or whatever. I just know what I want for myself. I know what will fulfill me the most, even if I didn't win a championship.
Well, Lillard, a 7-time All-Star, but always interesting to hear the perspective of a first-time All-Star, taking everything in. De'Aaron Fox of the upstart Sacramento Kings joined ESPN Radio Saturday.
De'Aaron, we've been waiting a while to have you here. PJ and I are, stapled at these All-Star games, and your production has been so good over the last few years, but we know the competition is stiff to make the All-Star games. So how does it finally feel to have the first one?
No, it's great. It's exciting.
was just something that, as a kid, that you always just dream of being a part of as a player. Like I said, I've been to an All-Star game that was in Houston, so I walked around NRG, and it was crazy. Just the festivities that they have, the games that you can play. Like it's ridiculous. I can't do that now because you walk through there now, you get mobbed. But it's great. And then I just had a son who's in his first 3 weeks of life. He's going to be able to experience an All-Star. So it's definitely exciting.
Well, double congratulations on the All-Star selection and on your son. I know you've been to an All-Star game as a skills competition. How different is it this time coming in and you know what this means to you and your career?
It's extremely different from the standpoint of, I mean, the All-Star game is the big part of All-Star weekend. So being able to be a part of that, and I'm not doing anything else. I'm just doing the All-Star game this year. It just feels special. It feels different because you're one of those, I think, 24 players that are in the game. So it's definitely, I think it's definitely a big accomplishment.
Well, tune in tonight for the 2023 NBA All-Star Game, live from Salt Lake City, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern on most ESPN radio stations. Well, the NBA Skills Challenge teed off Saturday night in Salt Lake City, and it was a victory for the hometown team that got the evening off and running.
Kessler, a four-pointer from the left corner, is up. It's good! The 7-foot rookie has put them in front. They're going to keep playing.
All over.
9 seconds to go. They have 13 points. Sexton tries a 5-pointer. Kessler from the top, the 7-footer, squeezes one off, no good. Time expires, and Team Jazz, for the second year in this format, the home team wins. Team Jazz with the victory.
Team Jazz made up of Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton, Walker Kessler. They take the 2023 NBA All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge. Now, Giannis Antetokounmpo was supposed to be part of this competition with Team Antetokounmpo, but after spraining his wrist Thursday, he didn't participate. His status for today's NBA All-Star Game is up in the air, but here's what his teammate, Drew Holiday, had to say about the two-time MVP's wrist injury.
When I saw it, I was like, dang, Giannis never squints or anything. He's a tough dude. So when you saw it, you knew that it was hurting him. But I think just being here with him, being able to experience this whole thing with him is cool. Him being captain, hopefully he chooses me on his team. That'd really make him a great teammate, you know. But honestly, just being here to experience this with him is really cool.
Drew Holiday, who is one of a few Bucks part of this NBA All-Star Weekend in Salt Lake City. He had a more extended chat with our ESPN radio team talking about the experience and what it's like to be there.
Drew, last time we saw you at the All-Star game, it's amazing. It was 10 years ago. It was a long time ago. How does it feel to be back on this stage?
It's cool. I think just seeing where I was in 2013, being in Philly, young kid, 22, and now I'm 32. A lot has changed and a lot has been going on. I got kids now, so it's cool to share that with them and share it with a great teammate and captain. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here.
I'm going to take you back. I know it's a couple of years ago, but it was so incredible. How challenging or how enjoyable to go from winning a championship and basically you're on a plane the next day and far from assumed that we were going to win that. I mean, really you guys transformed it when you got there. How enjoyable was that whole experience, that month or couple of weeks with both teams?
I think while I was in it, you don't really think that way. You're on the grind. You're trying to win games. You're going against opponents in the league, and the next thing you know, your teammates with them. But after I kind of took a step back and after we won, it was such an awesome experience, and I couldn't ask for it any other way. Just being able to go from winning an NBA championship to winning the gold medal in 2 weeks, definitely a unique experience.
Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app. Back to college hoops, the Big 12 has loaded matchups literally every game day during conference play, and Saturday was no different. 9th-ranked Baylor visiting 5th-ranked Kansas. Second half, Jayhawks up 1 when Grady Dick would start an impressive stretch for the defending champs.
55-54 Kansas. Jayhawks breaking the full court pressure. Here's a lob. There's the slam. Grady Dick on the throwdown. DeJuan Harris on the feed.
Brian Haney from Learfield, Kansas, runs away from Baylor. Jayhawks erase a 13-point halftime deficit and outscore Baylor 55-26 in the second half. 87-71, the final at Fog Allen Fieldhouse. Another ranked-on-ranked matchup courtesy of the Big 12. 19th ranked Iowa State and 12th ranked Kansas State. The Cyclones led by 8 at the break, but then the Wildcats woke up in the Little Apple.
No out. Long range. Oh, baby! Marquise Noel. 18 for Noel. 16 in the second half.
Well, you saw and heard that one on ESPN early on Saturday. K-State completes the comeback, 61-55, the final over Iowa State. Red River basketball in Austin on Saturday. 6th-ranked Texas hosting Oklahoma. Regulation not enough here, so the game would go to overtime, and it was Texas trying to hold on late at home.
Here comes Hill down the floor. 4 seconds. 3. Carried the ball. Got away with it. 2 seconds. 1. Shot put up. No good. Longhorns win. Godwin missed it in the lane. Jalen Hill carried the ball to the right side. There was no call. Flipped it to Godwin. He missed the shot right in the lane. The Longhorns survive in overtime. 85-83.
Craig Way from Learfield had the call, and the 6th-ranked Longhorns survive 85-83 in overtime. Serge Jabari Rice drops 24 points. They end the Texas victory. 22nd ranked TCU hosting Oklahoma State Saturday. All Horned Frogs in this one.
8:37 to go. Inbounds comes. Corner left. Jumper. Damian Baugh got it. 3-pointer for Damian.
Got 11. Horned Frogs in double figures now. Make it 12.
8:26 to go. Frogs up by 26 again.
Brian Estridge from Learfield. 100 on the board for TCU on Saturday. They beat Oklahoma State 175 in Fort Worth. From the Big 12 to the Big East, 18th ranked Creighton at St. John's Saturday. Johnny's down just 1 at home, but the Blue Jays' 3-point shooting was the difference in this one.
Nembhard, top of the circle. Nembhard swings it outside. Kaluma steps into a 3. Yes, sir! Arthur Kaluma's first 5 points bank 3-pointer. Jays by 4.
16-20, the zone. KOZN on the call. One of 13 trays on the night for Creighton. They win 77-67. Remember, many around college basketball felt like the Blue Jays were the best team in the Big East coming into the season. Had a disappointing stretch early in conference play, but don't look now. Creighton has won 9 of 10, getting hot at the right time with the month of March right around the corner. Elsewhere in the Big East, 20th ranked UConn over Seton Hall, 64-55. 16th ranked Xavier beats DePaul 82-68. And 24th ranked Providence 85-72. A home victory over Villanova. No ranked matchups in the Big East tomorrow. The lone game on the docket, Georgetown at Butler. Well, still to come, more college hoops action from the top 25. Plus, we've got Saturday's top sounds. This is Sports Center All Night on ESPN Radio.
Coming up Monday, while there may not be any more games on the field, I'll tell you why this week is huge in the NFL. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
More Sports Center All Night. Next.
It's been an incredible football season, and Adam Schefter has been there each week giving you all the news, inside scoops on the happenings throughout the league. But with the season now over, the Adam Schefter Podcast and Granger are bringing you a one-of-a-kind episode highlighting the greatest moments this year had to offer. From amazing last-second finishes to championship performances, Adam will cover it all. So be sure to listen to the Adam Schefter Podcast, presented by Granger, wherever you get your podcasts. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Granger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Winter mornings are brutal. So here's a tip for tackling the day in comfort. Grab new Tommy John loungewear and take cozy wherever you go. When you start the year in Tommy John, you're that much more comfortable, so you can do everything better. Tommy John loungewear, pajamas, and underwear have dozens of comfort innovations, like luxuriously soft tri-blend and micro-modal fabrics with 4-way stretch. And no lint balls or fuzz. With over 20 million pairs sold and thousands of 5-star reviews, people love Tommy John. That's why Tommy John doesn't have customers, they have fanatics. Like this Tommy John fanatic who raves, "I bought one pair of loungewear and after wearing them for 2 days, got all the other colors available. The only place I don't wear them is in the shower. Plus, it's all backed by Tommy John's best pair you'll ever wear or it's free guarantee." Get 20% off your first order at TommyJohn.com/stream. 20% off right now at TommyJohn.com/stream. See site for details.
Hello there. My name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is you're going to get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. This is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches.
Order the original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
You have dogs?
Nah, how many dogs?
If you had dogs, have you? Oh,
No.
you never had dogs?
Yeah.
You're not like a animal.
But here's the problem.
friendly?
I grew up in New York City.
Yeah, so it's
I
not-
live in New York City. If you get a dog, you are now
Gotta
in the
commit.
poop collecting business.
Yeah, so
Gotta
the reason
commit.
the reason I asked is because I was happening to be looking through my phone in one of these things, social media things, something popped up where a dog was literally licking a baby's face and licking all that's so gross. And Jay said, "Oh, that's so cute." I'm like, Jay,
You know what dogs?
that's
call
the
you?
problem with you.
Well, until I recognized that the baby was like 6 weeks old.
That's so
I
gross.
thought it was a baby, like, you know, like a year-old.
That
like
baby's
a
going to
year-old.
be immune to disease
That
for the
is
rest
like
of
a
the
year-old kid.
Jay, the dog's mouths are cleanest thing on earth.
Whatever. GJ and Max. Followed by Greeny. Mornings on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
This is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Welcoming you back to SportsCenter all night. ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. Chris Sylvester with you. A busy Saturday on the ice. Stadium Series hockey in Raleigh, North Carolina. Capitals at the Hurricanes. And this outdoor game was all Carolina.
Now a 2-on-1 across the ditches, back to Carolina. Tic-tac-toe! Oh, my goodness! Carolinas! Tavo Teravainen! 4-0! It's all Hurricanes!
99.9 The Fan with the call. 4-1 final. Carolina beats Washington. You heard the roar of the crowd. More than 56,000 fans in attendance for this one. Hurricanes having a terrific season. They win their 37th match of the year. Well, the NHL's best resides in Boston. Bruins welcome in the Islanders on Saturday.
8.5 minutes remaining in the second. Bruins 4, Islanders 1. Here's Frederick. Steams up in line. High slot. Shoots. He scores! Freddie's got a pair. He sizzles one in from the slot. Bruins 5, Islanders 1.
And the Bruins would not look back. 98.5, the Sports Hub with the call. Another win for Boston. They cruised by the Islanders 6-2. The final score. Boston improves its record to 42-8-5 this season. Here's Saturday's Top Sounds with Steve Lennox.
Number 5.
Chris, let's start with the NHL. Stadium Series continuing in Raleigh, North Carolina. Teuvo Teravainen, the goal in the third period to extend Carolina's lead against the Washington Capitals. The call, 99.9, The Fan.
2-on-1 across the net, just back to Teravainen. Oh my goodness, Carolina's Teuvo Teravainen, 4-0. It's all Hurricanes.
Number 4.
College basketball and the rivalry matchup in the Big Ten in Ann Arbor. Spartans and Wolverines. Michigan State's Jaden Akins hammering one home in the second half. The call from Learfield.
Dickinson has the basketball for Michigan. Tries to skip pass, deflected, intercepted. Akins on the run. He's going to go all the way. Whoa, what a slam! My goodness, Jaden Akins. He didn't have numbers, but he had the way to get it done.
Nobody ever picked him up, and he just went all the way to the rim.
Number 3.
NBA All-Star Saturday night from Salt Lake City, Utah. Damian Lillard dialing up from downtown more than anyone else. Mark Kestacher, PJ Carlissimo had the call on ESPN Radio.
17 seconds. Fourth one's good. Fifth money ball. Missed that. 21 points. He's got to get at least 4. Misses on the first. Second one is in. Got a chance. Third, yes. Fourth one with 4 seconds is in. He's got 24 to go ahead. Lillard bangs the money ball, and he's got the lead. He needed 26, and he got it. Dame Lillard has the lead.
Number 2.
Back to college basketball. Jordan Hawkins of the UConn Huskies with a monster dunk and a victory against Seton Hall. Mike Raspino, the call from Learfield.
Here's Jackson on a kick to Klingon, who just came back in. He kicked it in the corner to Hawkins, who drives inside. Oh, he flushed it right hand. Power move by Jordan Hawkins.
Number 1.
And Chris will close with the NBA Slam Dunk Contest from Salt Lake City. Mac McClung, recently signed by the Sixers. McClung bringing down the house in the finals against Trey Murphy. Mark Kestacher, PJ Carlissimo once again with the call on the final 50 to win it right here on ESPN Radio.
He's got the Gate City jersey on over his 76ers jersey, a team he signed with less than a week ago. And he might just win the slam dunk. Here he is. Oh, a 360 and a bit more, and he slams it home, and he says it's over. It's over. Surrounded by NBA veterans.
All the players go, let's go. Trey shaking hands. He knows he got second. That is unbelievable.
Great sounds across the airwaves in sports on Saturday with the All-Star game coming up later on today. Among other things happening, should be plenty of great sounds to run through by the end of Sunday. Well, late night hockey out west on Saturday. Golden Knights hosting the Tampa Bay Lightning. And the Knights up a goal in a high-scoring first period add-on.
Now it comes down high for a drive. Stop, rebound, up the side of the goal. Marchessault scores! Just as the penalty clock expires, Jonathan Marchessault tucks it in at the left post. Vegas has a 4-2 lead. 2 goals for Jonathan Marchessault against his own club.
Fox Sports 98.9 with the call. Knights win a close one in Las Vegas, 5-4 over the Lightning. In Los Angeles, it came down to the wire between the Coyotes and the Kings.
Kempe will pick it up, speeds it on Ingram, shoots, and he scores.
Well, precision shooting right there. Kempe, a left-handed shot coming in on his hip-off wing, going down the right side. The goaltender Ingram was trying to set up, and he beats him just off the inside of the post for the Kings' second goal in the shootout.
So Scott Bukestad must score or the Kings win the game. A right shot. Bukestad picks it up. In on an angle, on quick, moving in, shooting, and he missed the net. Kings win the game. And the Kings winning streak is at 4.
Kings win in a shootout, 6-5 over Arizona in downtown Los Angeles. Out west in college hoops, Tucson, Arizona. 8th-ranked Arizona would overcome a slow start against Colorado.
High post just inside the three-point line, and it's a Larson. Larson working right, bounce to Boswell, right corner. 5 to shoot.
Out to Larson, drives on De Silva, dump it in the lane. There's Henderson, jam it home.
Brian Jeffries from Learfield, Arizona, cruises at home over Colorado, 78-68, the final score. Fourth-ranked UCLA hosting Cal on Saturday. This one was never close.
Now to Roberson back on the floor. Shot clock down to 10. Left-hand dribble knocked away by Hawkins. Breaking away, spoons it forward. Bailey with a left-hand jam.
That's what I'm talking about. Get out there, get a hand in the passing lane, get a steal, and guys, get on their horse. Make it a track meet. Get out there and get a dunk.
Josh Lewin from Learfield, 78-43. UCLA rolls. 13th ranked Gonzaga wrapping up a SoCal road trip at Pepperdine. This was close late, but Rasir Bolton to the rescue and give him one on the house.
Coach, 2 minutes to play in the basketball game. Bolton off the screen from Timmy. Little hesitation, gets to the rim, scores, and he's fouled. Little flex from Rasir Bolton as he makes his way to the free throw line. The lead is 86-81.
Tom Hudson from Learfield, Gonzaga, 97-88 winners at Pepperdine. Tight race in the WCC, 17th ranked St. Mary's, trying to stand sole possession of the top spot in the conference. Came down to the wire.
50 seconds to play. Gales lead by 3. Mahaney left off the screen, steps back. He's open. He takes the 3. It's good! Aiden Mahaney gives the Gales a 6-point lead with 47 seconds left, and Mark Pope takes his final timeout. Aiden Mahaney sending the Cougars into their timeout with visions of January 28th.
Alex Jensen from Learfield, St. Mary's wins 71-65. Still to come, an action-packed Saturday in the 2023 NBA All-Star Weekend. You're listening to ESPN Radio.
Coming up Monday, a pitching clock, bigger bases, limited defensive shifts. I'll tell you what the new rules mean for baseball fans. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
The top headlines are next on SportsCenter All Night. Today on ESPN Radio, Team LeBron and Team Giannis go head-to-head in the NBA's 72nd NBA All-Star Game in Salt Lake City. The NBA All-Star Game. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Presented by Indeed. Greeny.
I believe if he announced today his return, he'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer. After 5 years, he's played 6 total. He's only actually been on the field for 5 of them. He would be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
If you look at any quarterback who ever lived through his first 5 seasons, he's chasing Montana and then Brady if he ever gets there. But right now, I don't see anyone through 5 seasons who's done what Mahomes has done. And in fact, even if you take it for its career, if you combine the level of play with the team's success, I don't really have anyone ahead of him other than Brady and Montana.
GJ and Max. Mornings on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. The Dominique Foxworth Show.
It feels like his maturity is like stunted at a certain point. And when you say it, the reason why I was hesitant to say maturity is because there feels like there's some judgment in that, like he's a big baby, which I don't know if he is or if he isn't. As someone who I think I see a little bit of this curiosity that Kyrie has, I see that in myself.
Check out the Dominique Foxworth Show anywhere you get your podcast. The biggest names in sports are on ESPN Radio.
Adam Pac-Man Jones.
You asked Harry and asked his dad who was the best athlete that he ever coached. And I'm not too my horn. I was 5'9", blazing fast, and I could do everything.
Deion Branch joins us, Super Bowl MVP.
I think the NFL, we're going to miss Tom. We'll be pretty satisfied with what's behind him.
Joined now by Hall of Fame coach Bill Parcells.
I'm not trying to embarrass this guy because he's sitting there, but one thing I loved about Keyshawn, he would do every dirty job you asked him to do. He would do things that other receivers wouldn't do.
Sauce Gardner, Jets corner. Is there anybody you'll be actively recruiting this offseason to try and get him to come play with you?
I don't know, man. Y'all got to stay tuned. I don't really know.
Ooh, look at Sauce trying to give us a little sauce, but not all of it. Okay, Sauce.
How that works.
The biggest names in sports come here, and it all starts weekday mornings with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, and continues all day. This is ESPN Radio.
The basketball and hockey seasons are heating up. Baseball is just around the corner, and nothing beats seeing your favorite team live. Not only does Vivid Seats have great ticket prices, they're also the official ticketing partner of ESPN. And with Vivid Seats rewards, when you buy 10 tickets, you get the 11th free. Download the app or visit vividseats.com today. Vivid Seats. Life happens live. Receive a reward credit equal to the average price of the 10 tickets purchased, excluding taxes, fees, and processing costs. See vividseats.com/rewards for terms and conditions.
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Sarah wants a yard. My own little paradise. Brad, however, hates yard work.
The only thing I hate more than cutting the grass is paying someone to cut the grass.
Compromise is tough, but these two won't have to compromise when they bundle home and car insurance with Geico. It's easy, and they could save even more. In the end, Sarah and Brad found a great home with a yard. A very, very small yard.
Time to get it done. And I'm done.
Bundling without compromise at Geico.com.
When Shopify says you can sell anywhere, oh, they mean it. Woo, hold up. Just got a new